Connor Kenway is, without a doubt, one of the most divisive characters in all of Assassin's Creed, but I think I can safely say most of us are at least a little curious as to what happened to Connor after Assassin's Creed 3. Today I've compiled all the comics, books, transmedia, everything we know about Connor to compile what happened towards the end of his life. So anyway, let's just get right into it. So the last we saw of Connor in game was in 1783. He'd just killed Charles Lee, meaning the American Templars had virtually no power, and his goal was completed. Connor later returned to his village, finding that his people had gone west and that the American government was planning to sell the land. After returning back to the manor, Connor removed the hatchet, effectively saying the war was won, and also buried the amulet at the request of Juno. So what would Connor do now that his goals he'd been so transfixed upon were completed and he had nothing left? Well, I think a huge part of understanding who Connor was at this point comes from the cut epilogue of Assassin's Creed 3, which ties up so many loose ends about his character and just makes the whole game so much more fulfilling. I'll play it for you now.
My father left those for me. Mother, Father, I am sorry. I have failed you both. I made a promise to protect our people. I thought if I could stop the Templars, if I could keep the revolution free from their influence, that those I supported would do what was right. They did, I suppose, do what was right for them. As for you, Father, I thought I might unite us, that we would forget the past and forge a better future. In time, I believed you could be made to see the world as I did, to understand. But it was just a dream. This too I should have known. Were we not meant to live in peace then? Is that it? Are we born to argue? To fight? So many voices, each demanding something else. It has been hard at times, but never harder than today. To see all I worked for, perverted, discarded, forgotten. You would say I have described the whole of history, Father. Are you smiling then? Hoping I might speak the words you long to hear? To validate you? To say that all along you were right? I will not. Even now, faced as I am with the truth of your cold words, I refuse, because I believe things can still change. I may never succeed, the assassins may struggle another 1,000 years in vain, but we will not stop. Compromise. That is what everyone has insisted upon. And so I have learned it, but differently than most, I think. I realize now that it will take time, that the road ahead is long and shrouded in darkness. It is a road that will not always take me where I wish to go, and I doubt I will live to see its end. But I will travel down it nonetheless. For at my side walks hope. In the face of all that insists I turn back, I carry on. This is my compromise.
So that epilogue right there is a great indicator of exactly who Connor was at that point. We know that Connor had read Haytham's journal after he died and began to respect Haytham even more than he did towards the end of the game, when he was starting to understand his ideology a bit more. However, that epilogue builds upon this sort of begrudging respect he had for Haytham's sort of conviction and his want for peace and his sincerity. And we also know that Connor learned that Haytham was the one who actually cut his noose via a throwing knife during the hanging. And over time, he never really despised Haytham, but he never really liked him either, and he doesn't like him after Assassin's Creed 3, but as I said, he has a sort of begrudging respect for him that I think played a big part in his development from there. In the time after this, Connor tried to rebuild the Order, eventually recruiting Patience Gibbs and Aveline de Grand Prix. We know that Connor then married a woman from a tribe not far from the homestead and had 3 children, 2 sons and a daughter. However, his daughter, Ioniote, was seemingly the only child he had capable of using eagle vision. One time when Connor was out teaching Ratonhnhaké to hunt, the young girl took a fall and sprained her ankle. It was nothing too severe, although Connor had decided to fetch some water to reduce the swelling. While Connor was gone, Ratonhnhaké noticed wolf tracks headed his way, and panic set in, and in her desperation she connected with an eagle, and the eagle called at Connor, warning him of the wolf, saving him from the attack. When Connor got back, he was in awe of his young daughter's potential and told her he had a lot to teach her. She was seemingly the only assassin who could use this ability. There was one in the past, although he connected to his eagle via communication. He didn't actually become the eagle and look through its eyes. Also, I thought I'd mention here that the comic says the recreation is 95.9% accurate, so there might have been some liberties taken there. After that, not too much is known really. We know that Isiosa of the Saint-Domingue Brotherhood contacted Connor for additional training for his brotherhood in Saint-Domingue. Also, in the Abstergo employee handbook, it's mentioned that Connor was left by his wife who took his kids, and that he died drowning in his own tears. And as it's something published by Abstergo, we can pretty much write that off as propaganda. There's definitely a chance we could see Connor again, now we know that he has 3 kids, one of them with astounding abilities, and we can be sure that he at least trained her to be an assassin, if not the other 2. Until then, that's about all we know about Connor's life. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, maybe leave a like. If you didn't, maybe let me know why. Also, if I sounded a bit off in that one, I had a bit of a throat thing going on when I recorded it. But anyway, that's been it for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.